Good day, everyone. My name is Shri. The title of the paper that I'm going to present today is Studying Software Developers' Expertise and Contributions in Stack Overflow and GitHub. The main goal of this paper is to identify or define an expert in software development on social coding platforms, mainly GitHub and Stack Overflow, and also to understand their motivations to contribute to their social coding platforms, also to understand the challenges that they face while contributing to these coding platforms. So the research design methodology has used mixed method research approach, in which the first phase is the survey design and the data collection. So the survey design was open-minded and focused on developers' opinion about how they may define an expert in this field. And the survey was mainly divided into 4 sections. The first section is the background information, wherein they were asked about some background information about each software developer. And also the main 2 important questions were the purpose of using GitHub and also the purpose of using the Stack Overflow. And the second section was the expertise level, wherein they were asked to rate self-identify themselves as an expert by rating themselves from the scale of 1 to 5 in 5 different level sections. They are the programming languages, expertise in frameworks and libraries, technologies and databases. And also they were asked the considerations given by respondents when rating their expertise. And the third section was the expertise discussion, wherein they were asked to list out 3 to 5 important skills of an expert software developer, and also ask the respondents to regularly monitor their skills, if they do regularly monitor their skills, and if so, how. And the fourth section is the cross-platform expertise, like wherein they were asked to decide how do they decide to contribute to GH, or how do they decide to contribute to SO, and also does the top 5 tags on SO that they participate match their reflect their expertise or not. So these are the 4 sections that were asked in the survey design. And the sample design goes like this. The active users were chosen on GH and SO for over last 3 years, who have committed more than 10 times, or who have answered in SO for more than 3 times. And the query was run on GH torrent and also on the Stack Overflow exchange. And the common users in both the platforms were resulted in about 423 active users. And these 423 users have been mailed, and the response rate was about 19%, and the submission rate was about 56%. So the second phase is the quantitative analysis, which was conducted on the multiple closed-ended multiple choice responses of the survey. And thereafter, an open coding approach was used to analyze this open-ended survey responses. So when the open coding approach was used on the responses, the results were like the 4 concept categories emerged during the card sorting exercise. And the first one was the defining features of an expert. The second is the factors driving developers to contribute to GH. And next, the factors driving the developers to contribute to SO. And finally, the challenges faced by experts while contributing to these platforms. So from these, we kind of derived 4 RQs. The first one goes like this: how do developers define an expert? So from here, we can see that from the closed-ended question, the proficiency in the programming languages was JavaScript, followed by SQL, C, C++, and Python. And in the frameworks, it is React, FB, and Node.js. And from the technologies, it is blockchain, IoT, deep learning, ML, and computer vision. Though the response rate is very low, these 4 came to be the popular ones. And the databases, it is PostgreSQL, followed by MySQL and SQLite. And also, there was a question asked: when rating your own expertise in the above skills, what did you consider? And from there, it seems like knowledge from the graph consisting of depth and breadth of knowledge is a key characteristic when determining their own expertise and a specific field. And also experience has a higher importance in there. And next comes a project size and the performance comparison. However, when the open-ended questions tells the other story, which says that the most important skills that a software developer expert ought to be good at is the behavior traits, soft skills, and communication skills. And project size does not appear in these characteristics at all. And knowledge and experience are important only to a certain extent. So based on this, we postulate that soft skills together with adequate knowledge and experience are the key characteristics that make a software developer an expert. So the next two RQs were what factors drive developers to contribute to GH and what factors drive developers to contribute to SO. So we basically divided the drivers into two divisions. One is the personal drivers and the professional drivers. So when coming to the GH motivating factors, personal drivers are the self needs. Most participants mentioned that they start contributing because they were trying to solve a problem or a challenge they were going to resolve. And some contribute because they enjoy it as a hobby or a fun, and a few contribute due to altruistic reasons. And on the other hand, the professional drivers include expertise, wherein they contribute to libraries used in work-related projects. A few contribute because it is their job, and a few contribute because it is part of their organization culture and or because they are working business-to-business solutions. When coming to the SO motivating factors, it's the same. The personal drivers are same as the GH and also the professional drivers, but whereas the skills and expertise, the professional drivers are very important in this. And from here, we come to the conclusion that contributions on GH are driven by personal motivating factors, and contributions on Stack Overflow are more likely driven by professional factors. And coming to the research question number 4, what challenges do developers face when contributing to each platform? So when they're contributing towards GitHub, the main challenge was the issue complexity and lack of time. Issue complexity is based on the size of the issue or resources available if they can build the project locally in their system. And when coming to the Stack Overflow, issues were with the tagging system and the rewarding system. So basically, the SO community is seen to be more intimidating to non-experts and is building an expert bias within the platform, thus reducing the potential participation rate. This calls for a better moderation in order to become a more inclusive platform. And regarding the rewarding system, some experts felt that the SO rewards easy topics over the hard ones. That not thus it shows that it's not very challenging for experts to participate in this platform. And from these, based on the responses between GH and SO, it seems that people prefer to participate in GH rather than participate in SO, and some of the issues were cited as below. And coming to the implications, the implications for the employers is like employers could be benefited by knowing the trends in specialization and characteristics of an expert, and also they could get an idea on the reasons that motivate developers, thus making efforts to retain the talent. And coming to the implications for developers, it helps in better understanding the platform, increase their awareness on some of the critical aspects like tagging system and rewarding mechanism, and also support their learning and expertise development. So suggestions to the SO decision makers were to incorporate the mechanism to update the tags, and to have moderator to better monitor the platform. That way it will be more welcoming to the new and novice contributors. And recommendations to the GH decision maker is to integrate a cloud computing resources to reduce the challenges of lack of adequate computer resources faced by the developers. And coming to the threats and limitations, these are the following ones: research bias, sample bias, active users, and gender diversity. For more, please refer to the paper for more details on these. And finally, the summary is like this: knowledge and experience are important, but soft skills are key in defining an expert. Contribution to GH is largely driven by personal factors, and contribution to SO is motivated most likely by the professional drivers. And developers prefer to contribute to GH over SO, and they seem to have greater challenges while contributing to the SO platform. Thank you.